conference. Looking at the stats here, Ethan, what do you got to say that, that has helped the Tigers come for this hot start?
Well, they're averaging 52 points a game and only allowing 36.
Yeah, definitely. And to add on to that, yeah, definitely they're scoring, but they're also playing good defense. So it's just interesting to see how they're going to handle Lutheran's pressure early on and how they're going to fight through that adversity.
Yeah, and Manitowoc Lutheran runs that 1-3-1 that kills teams, especially here on our court where they know it so well. With the traps, it's tough for any opponent.
Yeah, going into this game though, Tigers averaging about 17 turnovers, and that's going to be interesting how that's going to play out with the Tigers. They give a lot of turnovers to their team. They got to do a lot, so it's going to be interesting how that plays out here tonight. And then moving on to the Lancers, coming in this game are sitting at a nice 5-1 record, 2-1 tied for second in conference. And Lancers just came off a tough loss to SMC. Well, they actually just destroyed Michigan, but before that took a tough hit to SMC. What do you got to say about that, Ethan?
Well, SMC is always a tough opponent for the Lancers, as they fell out of the playoffs last year to SMC. And they played a pretty good game against them, just had too many turnovers and fouls in the end.
Yeah, definitely. Lancers are coming in tonight looking to make a statement game, trying to solidify themselves as a good spot here. We will send you down to Jay Minot interviewing Coach Mike Benke.
Jay Minot here with Coach Mike. And Coach Mike, you guys had a tough loss, SMC in a close one, but then you guys had a great comeback win against Michigan. What's the team's confidence level coming into tonight's game?
I think it's pretty high. I mean, the St. Mary's game we struggled, especially down the stretch. So we had a good week of practice. We had some nice practices in there. The Michigan game helped get some of that confidence back. So hopefully we can come out and show that tonight at the start.
And as we said, we got a conference game tonight against Howards Grove. Always have been a tough team in your conference. What are some keys for success tonight?
Well, the biggest thing tonight is the game's going to be very physical. Every time we play them, it almost turns into a scrum. We got to try to stay above that, right? Make sure that we're, closing out properly, not getting into battles, physical battles where we don't need to be, and then trying to push the ball up the floor because we have more depth than them.
All right, good luck to you, Coach, and thank you. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Well, there you have it, folks. Kind of a different theme here for the Lancers. Usually they're kind of go, get the ball up the court, get the fast break, the easy points. But tonight, like Coach Benke was saying, they have to play physical. This Tigers team, they're going to bring it. And he even said it almost turns into a scrum. And that's going to be interesting. The Lancers usually are fast and, they're going to hit you quickly and hard. And they're going to be combated with that, with the physicality of these Tigers. And to expand on that, they still got to play clean. And what are some ways, Ethan, that you think the Lancers, can still play physical, but how else can they play clean still?
Well, yeah, you got to attack loose balls on the floor when the ball's just sitting there, but be smart about it. Don't attack a person with the ball, and just make clean and smart plays and try and get that ball to push the fast breaks.
Yeah, you actually also touched on the fact that, like we were saying, coming off a tough lost SMC, Michigan kind of boosted their confidence, and they kind of got their mojo back, looking to add another one here tonight. And just some players to look out here for the Lancers. First off, we got Marissa Melhorn. So far having a really good season, 13.4 points per game, pairing that with almost 5 steals at 4.6, averaging just south of 10 rebounds with 9.8. And even bigger than that tonight, 19 points away from the school record. Last year she was able to get 1,000. That was really special. But a big thing we talked about last year was how, what about the record? And didn't take her long, obviously. We're still very early in the season. We're before the winter break, before the hard January month in high school basketball. So be interesting to see if Marissa can get it tonight. I mean, 19, it's not too much. I mean, it's definitely, she's done it before. What are some ways that you think that this team can help Marissa reach her goal and ultimately win?
Well, yeah, I think this team is going to look for her. as they want to get this milestone for her here at home before they go on the road next week. And she obviously had her 1,000 points in this gym, and to get that record would be special for her and all the players.
Yeah, definitely from a team chemistry standpoint, it's something that you love to have. And then moving on, another player to look out for. She's been great all season. You got Micaiah Krause leading the Lancers with scoring at 18.4 points per game. She's just been electric from deep this year, shooting almost a little under 40% at 38.5. She's just, she's had that scorer mentality this year. When she was as a freshman coming up, she was more in that point guard role, trying to just facilitate, get the ball around, and give it to her, her scores. And over time this year, she's definitely evolved into that role. You got anything to say on that, Ethan?
Well, yeah, she can shoot the ball really well, especially from three, and she's that player who will assist, but also is willing to take those shots and just get that scoreboard up.
Yeah, I definitely think that's one thing about this team is that they kind of have a selfless attitude. Like, they don't really care who, has their night. They're not looking for themselves. They're looking how to win as a team and, how to get to the ball to their teammates.
Yeah, and to have a team like that is awesome. But to some point, it could get too much where no one wants to shoot because they are looking for their teammate too much. But with this Lancer team, you don't see that very often.
Moving on to the Tigers, kind of one person to look out for here tonight is Aston Stocky. She's her leading scorer with 13.6 and leading rebounder with 8. So I think that's definitely kind of a part that, Coach Mike was talking about being physical. They got to bring it tonight against her, else she will just bully them down in the post. And that's one thing this Lancer team kind of lost from last year. They don't have that post presence in, like, Eddie Cordy. I mean, Abby Benke's had to step it up this year, and she's done a fine job thus far. But, we're still early in the season, and, she's just maybe not there yet. And trying to fill the void of Eddie Cordy, that physical bruiser down the post that'll just give you hustle points. And that's just something that every team needs, and Lancer's still finding that out. But I'd say Benke is doing a good job so far trying to fill that role.
Yeah, and that's one thing the Lancers will need to do tonight is rebound cleanly and push it, as the Lancers do most of the time. There's been a couple games where it's been a little iffy, but for the most part, it's pretty clean basketball.
Yeah, you gotta agree. Sometimes you get this little complacent lull where they just kind of, don't have the same grit. Maybe it's because they're up by 40, but, you still gotta play competitive all the time. Another person just kind of look out for here on the Tigers is number 23, Natalie Carmody. She's their second leading scorer. She's more that guard presence, but she's sitting at 10 points per game and has 2 assists per game. We will be right back with you guys with starting lineups right after the national anthem. Stay tuned.
Bye. See you Thursday.
First, for the visiting Tigers from Howardsboro, a sophomore, number
Starting lineup for the Howardsboro Tigers. Number 5, Kendall Holtzwart. Number 14, Brianne Vandosky. Freshman 22, Andy Koenig. Number 23, Natalie Carmody, as we mentioned before. And of course, number 40, Addison Stocky, like we talked about pre-game. So yeah, like we said, those are probably the leading forces here tonight, and interesting to see how the Lancers be able to try to shut them down.
Yeah, now we'll head over to the Lancers side of the floor for their starting lineups. Micaiah Crowley, senior. Number 12, Marissa Melhorn, she's also a senior. She's 19 points away from the school record tonight, something to watch out for. Number 13, Morgan Yost, junior. Number 21, Lily Melhorn, a senior. And last but not least, number 31, Abby Banky, final senior on this lineup.
Yeah, I know we got a game at hand right here, Ethan, but looking through this Lancer starting lineup and this Lancer squad, it looks like a lot of senior led. So, just something to keep in the back of that. This team might be very different next year. Just want to put that thought in your head. Tuck it away now as we got the show is on. Looks like Marissa Melhorn will be doing the tip against number 23, Natalie Carmody. And we are set to tip off here at Lancer Circle tonight. Both sides ready. Here we go. Lancers win the tip. Quick pass to Micaiah. Just like that, in a matter of 3 seconds. Let's take an early 2-0 lead as they're already in their threatening zone. Tigers broke out of fast, able to push the ball up effectively. Nice steal there from Micaiah. Just like that, 30 seconds, 4 points. Some nice on-ball D there from Morgan Yost, the only junior in the starting lineup.
Lancers are starting in that zone, and it's already starting putting presence on these Tigers.
Tigers just moving the ball around here. Stocky in the post. Lost it as Marissa pushes it up. Shows he's setting up the offense here for the Lancers. Bullet pass by Benke right through the hands of Melhorn.
There's a great look down there, but just Morgan couldn't hold on to the ball.
Gotta show up warm here. As you fall asleep, these Tigers could definitely creep up on you, as looks like Becky got tripped up there in the feet of Stocky. All good here as Natalie Carmody set inbound the ball. Tigers moving the ball around quick. Getting good looks. Nice pass in the post there to number 14, Brianna Vandasquez. Tigers are on the board here tonight. Looks like Tigers are running a little bit of a zone defense, as calling that one a foul there. Looks like it'll be on number 14, Vandasky.
With both teams running a zone press tonight, it could get chippy and potentially quite a bit of fouls, as there's already 2 so far.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Coach Mike Benke was talking about, you know, playing fast and physical, and it's really going to be exemplified here tonight in this game, as Melbourne is trapped in the baseline, able to get it out almost with 5 seconds. Nice pass there by Morgan, able to find Marissa in the post. Her first points here tonight. Nice ball movement there by the Tigers. Able to get a nice 3 open. Doesn't fall. Becky grabs the rebound, pushing it up. Melbourne slows it down. Little too high of a pass there for Yost, as that's Lancer's second turnover here tonight.
There's plenty of good looks on the floor for the Lancers, but just overthrowing the ball too many times.
Nice drive there by Carmody. A little 10-foot jumper, no good. Another pass there, just too tall for Morgan. Lancers a little careless with the ball early. Maybe they're feeling a little bit of a pressure from this zone defense. And actually, I forgot to say this before, Ethan, but kind of interesting that, you know, Coach Mike Benke pointed out how they don't really have a deep team. And, you know, when you run a zone, you want to have a deep team because, you know, your players are going to get really tired really quickly running that zone, you know, up and down the court. So, interesting play there by the Tigers. Should work out in the Lancers' favor.
Yeah, the only thing I think of is if there's some players that Mike just doesn't know about that'll come off the benches. They have plenty of players on their bench, but maybe they're just not the pieces they need on the floor.
Yeah, that is a good point. They do have a lot of people on the bench suited up, so we'll see if he decides to utilize them. Another ball right through the hands of a Lancer. Lancers having some trouble here tonight catching the ball, unlike them. Coming out a little cold.
I think the Tiger zone is really putting pressure on them, forcing them to make those mistakes passing the ball. Yeah, that's true. I don't think the Lancers have really felt like, you know, too much on-ball pressure this year, you know, from like a zone or whatnot. As Krause is able to find Benke for the outlook. Pull-up J there by Krause. Gets it to go. Can't let her get hot as she's already at 7 points here tonight. No quit for the Tigers as they get the ball down and quick to Stocky, who just misses it. Krause pushing it up. Decides to take it out. Drills right into the corner between 2 Tigers. Nice pass by her, able to get it out. As Lily that is, misses the bunny. Nice drive there by Benke. Will be a block, so her first 2 free throws coming up. That was a good, strong take by Abby there.
Yeah, it was. Abby this year shooting about, hasn't taken a free throw yet. So her first trip to the line, I think, this season, or she's just missed all of them. Could be both. misses the first as sophomore Sydney Pipcorn checks in there for Marissa. And it looks like junior Austin LaFont is set to check in for Abby. Beckie's able to get the second to go as Lancers take a 10-2 lead here, just under 14 minutes here in the first half.
Yeah, Austin LaFont checks into the game right now as she is kind of filled that when Abby needs a break, she can take over on the floor and fill that role of Abby.
Morgan Yost looking like a running back there. You know, she's going for the ball, but kind of ran into the Tiger. You know, Mike Benke pregame talked about the physicality. Yeah, the refs might be letting them play tonight. Nice drive there by Lily, or looked like it was going to be, but she lost control of the ball. So it's Lancers' 5th turnover here, as Lancers are currently losing the turnover battle 5-2. Not something you like to see, like with a team that, you know, forces. That's what they're known for, force the turnovers, getting the easy buckets. But Morgan's able to force one there for the Lancers, but almost gets trapped. Nice seal there by Austin LaFont, able to let Morgan get the and one. Good play there by LaFont, recognizing that Yost was good driving and kind of not box out, but, you know, seal her defender, letting Yost drive right by. Will be a timeout for the Tigers here as we're just approaching the 13-minute mark here in the first half. So Ethan, what are you kind of seeing here tonight so far as to both sides? What are some things you're doing well at, and what are some things that might need to, you know, work on here coming out of this timeout?
Well, both teams are in that zone press, even just zone defense, which is forcing traps. And the Lancer team has 5 turnovers when they're known for forcing turnovers, and the Tigers only have 2 so far tonight.
Yeah, one thing that, you know, is kind of separating both teams are actually playing pretty fast. Lancers were able to, you know, cause chaos, slow their team down, but both teams are kind of ramping it up here tonight. And but Tigers aren't getting as many shot attempts as they only have, like, I think they've taken 2-3 field goals, and, you know, it's just the reason why they only have 2 points on the board. So if Tigers can start getting some more shots up, who knows? Could be a close ball game here tonight at Lancer Circle.
Oh, yeah. Now on the floor we have Morgan Yost shooting free throws. She's 25% from the line this year.
And one free throw's no good. Grabs her own rebound, drives, dumps it off to LaFont. Nice physical play there by LaFont, not able to make it go in. Tigers swinging it around, looking for a open teammate. Able to get in the post by Stocky. Kicks it out to 22. Good ball movement there. 3 is no good by 14, Vandosky. Tigers able to get their own rebound. Second offensive rebound. And that's the Stocky we know. Great physical play there. Able to split 2 Lancer defenders for the layup. That's something you can't let her do. If she establishes her post presence, it's going to be tough for the Lancers to, you know, bruise, get out of there.
The Lancers need to rebound better defensively, not giving up so many offensive rebounds.
Weird drive there by LaFont. Would have been just easier to go with the left hand, but she's able to get it go as she scores her first bucket here tonight. Let's make some substitutions here as looks like Lily and Morgan checked out for Marissa and Ava. Going with a little more of a height in the lineup. Usually we kind of see some small ball rotations out of these Lancers. You know, like you just said, work on some rebounding, so bring in some height. See how that plays out here in this first half.
That was good aggressive defense there by the Lancers, forcing that pass to Makai. Just she couldn't hang on to it.
Stocky in the post, able to bruise her way to a shot. Doesn't fall. A little bit of a jump ball there. Will stay for the Tigers.
Little confusion on the floor, which way the ball's supposed to go with the possession.
Refs making sure it is indeed Tiger basketball, and it will be. Classic just swinging around instead of screen on the inbounder, as the three is good there for Vandosky. Some fast play here by the Lancers as Krause, little turn fadeaway, had Vandermoose open on the arc, but decided to kick it. Lancers don't fill the lane, and they make up for it as they try to reach in for Stocky.
No one stopped her till she got to the lane, as all the Lancers kind of just ran back into the lane and then turned around. They need to stop her closer to half court and not let her get all the way down.
Yost and Benke check back in for LaFond and Pipcorn, giving them a rest. Tigers now gaining some momentum. 5-point game here. Both teams playing a little too fast here. Turnovers on both ends.
Yeah, the goal of a press is always to speed a team up, and it's definitely working on both sides of the ball.
I not only understand why these Lancers are going to spots where they want you to go. I mean, run to the baseline, run into the corner. Just not smart basketball IQ plays here from the Lancers. That's a huge reason why they're losing the turnover battle here thus far. And one thing I'm noticing, Ethan, here from up the booth, we're not even down the court, we're pretty far away, but both teams are very loud and communicating. It's a sign of good chemistry. Anything else to say on that?
Well, yeah, they always teach us, especially at the JV2 levels, communicate, communicate, communicate. So you know where to go, and so you don't get lost on defense. And they're definitely doing a good job, as you said.
Looks like that one was tipped by a Tiger. State Lancer basketball. And, you know, at least in person, I can definitely attest. I'm seeing the physicality come through. You got anything to say on that one, Ethan?
Oh, yeah, and it's definitely like you can see them starting to swing a little more and knock each other, and the refs are letting them play, which is always nice.
Good defense there by Melhorn, able to tip it as Morgan Simo pushing it, slows it up, then speeds it up again as she's able to kind of split the defender with her last step, and little floater's good there. Looks like Lily Melhorn checking back in there, giving Makai Crozy a break. She's been in there for a while. Long two there by Benke, no good. Not a shot you see her take often.
No, she kind of just lives in that post and owns the post.
Yeah, out of that short corner. Nice defense there by Krause. Got a one-on-one fast break here. Decides to stop and take a little jumper. Goes in though.
That's Marissa's 4th points of the night, 15 away from that school record.
Tigers now maybe playing a little too fast, as a few turnovers here in these past 2 minutes. 3 there by Vandosky, no good. Corner 3 by Yost, in and out. She's looking like she's getting tired out there. Playing a lot of good on-ball defense.
Yeah, the top and bottom of a 1-3-1 zone are always the hardest, as you have to move across court again and again per possession.
Tigers making some substitutions here. Marissa's having a little trouble passing here tonight, as she just can't knock it down. She's to probably around 3 or 4 turnovers here tonight for the Lancers.
And most of them have just been over the head passes.
Yeah.
Just looking for taller people that aren't there.
Baseline jumper there by number 1, Nina Gedicke. Good. Krause able to draw the foul there.
Yeah, another highlight on Makai is she definitely directs traffic when she's on the floor.
Yeah.
Making sure people are where they need to be and know what they need to do when they're there.
Marissa Malhorth, little turnaround bunny there. Like I was saying before, Ethan, yeah, Krause definitely in her early years was that facilitator role, as Morgan Yost fast break layup, but back to Krause. Timeout Tigers. Finally back to Krause. Was her first years was fun, that more of that facilitator role, like you're saying before, and how she's she's that facilitator. She's driving, she's telling people where to go, where they need to be, and how to execute. But she's also been able to pair that this year with her scoring, which has been a huge thing for the Lancers.
And she leads the Lancers this year with 18.4 points per game. And obviously she does the most amount of scoring on this team, because she finds those open gaps and will run the offense, and so then it loses the defense, so she's open.
So Ethan, I gotta ask you, Lancers are up to a 13-point lead here with 7:45 left in the first half. What did they do well since the last timeout, which able to propel them to this double digits lead?
Well, I think they slowed down, and there's been less turnovers in this couple-minute stretch since the last timeout, which has really helped, and they definitely communicated really well alongside that.
Nice ball movement, able to find the cutting passer there by number 5, Kendall Holtzworth. Almost another turnover there for Marissa, but Benke was fouled. She's kind of just lobbing it in there, kind of lackadaisical, but maybe, you're just nervous, big game tonight.
Yeah, you can definitely see that physicality on the floor, and that plays a great example of it. They both fought for the ball and ended up in a foul for the Tigers, but I think the call could have gone either way.
Yeah, very good point there. Deeper 3 there, good by number 5, Kendall Holtzworth. Nice 3 there, able to maybe bring some rhythm back to this Tiger squad. travel there by Benke as she, well, kind of got caught in her thigh as she was trying to dribble and pass.
Yeah, I got a little excited down there, just trying to go too quickly.
Stoggy thought about the three, drives basically unguarded, but misses the layup, unlike her. She struggled from the field here tonight. Good physical basketball there by Krause, but comes at a cost that she was definitely a little tired and didn't use enough legs on that bunny. Another missed three-footer there by Stoggy. Lancers slowing it down in their offensive set, just trying to find a good shot. Great pass by Abby Benke, able to split the Tiger defense and find Morgan Yost on the opposing block.
And not really sure how that ball got in there. There's plenty of Tiger hands in the way.
Tigers kind of slowing it down here. Also feeling the pressure of the Lancer defense, though. You know, I just don't really get the rationale of some of these drives for the Tigers right now. You know, obviously beat your defender in the middle, but then you drive to the middle of the lane. We're in a zone defense. That's where everyone is. So I just don't get it right now, and I feel like the Tigers could have a lot more good shots if they would maybe drive and kick, but just not seeing that right now.
Yeah, and the Lancers really live in the middle there. I agree with that point. They could even just pull up and shoot it because they obviously beat that top person, but then there's no one in the middle until they get to the block, which is where they're trying to go.
Pull up three there by Krause, no good. Three for the Tigers, no good either, but they're able to grab that offensive rebound. Chance for some points. Another three there by Vandosky falls. She's trying to get a little hot here tonight. Three super long there by Vandermoos, but even Manzano able to grab that offensive rebound. Somehow dumped it to LaFond, able to give her 2 points. Tigers just facilitating here. Once again, running right into the defenders. Will be a jump ball, will be Lancer basketball.
Yeah, luckily that ended up in a jump ball for the Lancers there, as they very well could have got called for a reach-in foul.
Lancer's definitely slowing it down here. Not a huge rush bringing it up the floor. Cozy kind of just pointing to Melhorn, able to hit it on the cup, but didn't exactly trust, or did it full speed. Definitely got two. It's a nice move there by Holtzwart. Tigers within 10 at 7 here as we approach the 3.5 minute mark in the first half. Cozy takes it herself, kicks it out to Vandermoos with the three, no good. Vandermoos kind of struggled this year from the three-point line is that'll be called a jump ball. Pretty physical play there. Yeah, like I was saying, shooting about 25% here from three-point, or no, 0%. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, Betty was looking to knock down that first three of the season, but early season struggles. Get the funk out now. Coach Mike Benke kind of gets starting into it, looking for the moving screen calls, and I can't blame him. Just trying to get a little too physical there, trying to set that screen, but it will be a turnover. It will be Lancer basketball. Three there, good by Lily Melhorn, who, given the opportunity, will knock down that open three.
Yeah, both teams tonight are doing a great job talking on both sides of the ball. Not just defensively, but offensively too. Especially Makai Krause taking command of this offense.
Wide open lane there for number 22. Koenig, as she's able to get the easy layup. Kind of just a physical mess down there as it end up being Tiger basketball. Melhorn late to the trap on the baseline. Tigers swing it. Able to knock the ball out to become Lancer basketball. Lancers moving the ball quick and fast. Wide open three for Melhorn. A little strong off the back iron. Taken in by Stage. She starts to push it. Not as fast as Krause. Definitely stronger as she's able to bounce her off of her. As Tigers start to slow it down here. Great pass there by 14. Vandosky able to find Koenig in the low post. Able to draw the foul, will get the N1.
In a physical game like this tonight, there's a total of 6 fouls on the floor currently.
Nice rebound there by Benke. Wide open opportunity for Melhorn, didn't take it. Swings it to Zerblue just checked in. That one's no good. Turnover there by Melhorn.
Now Lily needs to look to shoot the ball a little more. She had 2 wide open looks on that possession.
Tigers prowling back here as it's now a 4-point game with just under a minute left here in this first half. Lancers kind of gone cold here to end the half. You know, they've had open looks, they're just not taking them.
Yeah, and even if it's not taking them, the shots aren't falling right now.
Tigers really playing some gritty defense as Benke's able to draw the foul. 2 coming up for her.
Abby's 1 for 2 on the night.
First one for Benke, no good. As Yost checks back in to give Melhorn an easy break for early break for halftime, excuse me. Must be something about that second free throw as Abby's able to knock down her second once again. Tigers looking to probably drain the clock off here though. Get one last shot before the half. But they turn it over right in the hands of Benke, who decides to push it up, finds Krause about midcourt. And they take a charge. I don't know if she took it, but able to get the charge call on her.
Yeah, she did not look very set from up here.
No, but they probably were looking for that shoulder of Krause's.
Yeah, it was a tough play there by Krause as she's moving quickly and can't really slow her momentum in that moment.
And one with 1.6 seconds left. Marissa Melhorn able to get that physical play just right before the halftime buzzer sounds. Chance to give Lancers an 8-point lead heading into halftime.
Marissa shoots at 30% from the line this year.
Misses it, as that will be it, as Stocky tries somewhat of a heave, no good. Both teams head in the locker room. Stay tuned, guys. We got the Lancer dance team, and right after we'll have the halftime analysis. Stay tuned.
For your halftime enjoyment, please welcome the LHS dance team. Junior administrators, sophomores, and local and Western North, freshmen and freshmen illustrator. The dance team is managed by Ohio and coached by Amy Wilson. This routine was choreographed by Ella Franks.
Alrighty, before we begin with our halftime analysis, looks like Jay Minot's down there getting ready for a halftime interview. I'm guessing he's asked some questions probably about the physicality, so stay tuned, listen to this first, we'll be right back. Down to Jamin.
Coach Mike at halftime, and Mike, close game here at the end of the first half, 7-point game. What was kind of the things you did well and things you guys can improve on here?
Yeah, I thought we did some things, getting the ball up the floor and pushing with pace. I thought we could have taken some more jumpers to even increase that pace more. You know, I thought again we got into a big physical wrestling match again, which doesn't bode well for us. So I think we got to try to stay out of that situation and see if we can keep running.
And the Tigers kind of jumped into a zone there in the first half. How well were you guys prepared for that, and how can you guys be able to crack that here in the second half?
Yeah, we were ready for it. The biggest thing we have to do is get the ball inside. We had girls wide open in the post, and we're not passing them the ball because we're not doing a good job on the wing of getting to a position to make that pass. So we just talked about that at halftime. Look for the ball to go more inside.
Okay, good luck in the second half, Coach. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Thank you, Jamin. As you know, he kind of summed up what we were kind of thinking before. He definitely talked to that physicality and he kind of gave it like he doesn't, or not that he doesn't trust, but he'd rather have his team play fast and physical. I definitely think that is a attribute the Lancers have, is that they'd much rather push the ball and get a lot of shots up than play bully basketball. But he commented on the physicality, and so Ethan, like, what are you seeing out there with the physicality, not just from the Lancers but also from the Tigers, and what can we kind of maybe expect in the second half?
Well, I think it'll still stay physical, and it would be nice to see if this Lancer team could almost push the ball and stay out of those physical moments on the offensive side and just stay physical on defense to push those fast breaks.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Mike also tapped on, the idea of, we were saying how Melhorn was open a few times, Lily, and she's just not taking the open shot. He's saying, guys, you got to take some more jumpers. You're open, shoot it. Because you're only open so many times in the game. A lot of points you got to earn, drive in, get big in the post. But he did talk about how they have had a good pace so far, and they're matching it well at times, and just a huge part for the Lancers.
Well, yeah, and there's definitely open shots on the offensive side of the ball for the Lancers, but they also need to find those players in the post to get those shots. That's one of the things he highlighted on, is they're not finding those buckets down low.
Yeah, Lancers need to be definitely a little more efficient with getting it into that post, because when you swing the ball so fast and you kind of backdoor cut, lane's wide open. Lancers not always seeing it. Mike Beckey's well aware of that, as he's kind of telling his girls, hey, look in that post. We swing the ball around, look in that post, try to get that ball down there. So both teams ready to come out for what should be a good second half.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what energy these Lancers come out with and see if they can push this lead back up to double digits as they had it in the first half. But the double-digit lead slowed down after they slowed down offensively and weren't getting as many buckets as they hoped.
Lance is probably looking to shut him down early here, trying to just bury him to the point of no return. As going into the second half, Lancers up 34-27 in this physical battle. We'll be right back with you momentarily. Looks like it'll be Lancer basketball to start. Got the normal starting 5 in for both teams. Good pass there in the post to Crozier as can't get that one to fall. So here come the Tigers, first possession of the second half. Just from these first, 20 seconds, both teams coming with a chip on their shoulder. Very physical thus far. It's going to be a jump ball there after a little bit of a misfired pass.
Yeah, my thought in that halftime for both teams was for them to keep the energy up and keep fighting for this game. Because for Howard's Grove, they're definitely still in this game. And it's still a winnable game for them. But if the Lancers play their ball, I don't think it will be.
Carmy's shot, not able to fall. She's been shut out here tonight as she has 2 fouls, no points. Picked up those 2 fouls early, didn't see the court much from there as Marissa's up to 8 points on the night. A lot of bodies on the floor, but it will end up being Lancer basketball.
Marissa is up to 10 tonight. We had a miscalculation on the stats up here in the booth, which puts her 9 points away from the school record.
Lancers once again kind of coming out with some butterfingers. They're not just able to catch the ball. Easy turnover there. Nice ball move there by the Tigers. A little bit of a lollygagging pass. Not sure what universe that would work in. You got 2 defenders in the lane, you just kind of lob it in there. Not the smartest of passes there. Lancers coming a little sloppy.
Yeah, the Lancers definitely need to clean up their passes, because I think that's what really has hurt them in this game is their passing.
Almost turned over there. Quick ball movement there. Nice pump fake. It's a little long there by 14 Vandosky as Marissa pushes it, settles for a 10-foot jumper, able to make it fall. Up to 12 tonight. Good heads-up play there by Krause, able to steal the ball, pushing it up. Takes it out as she didn't like what she was seeing down there. A bit of one-on-one there by Melhorn. Not able to get that layup to go. Ethan, one thing I'm kind of noticing so far is that both teams, kind of coming out playing a little too fast for both of them. They're both match the other team's play style as Lancers take a timeout here. But yeah, they're kind of both playing fast into sloppy errors on both sides, not just for the Tigers but also the Lancers, and not what you want coming out of a half. Both teams probably got to talk about. We got to finish strong or, fight back. But, yeah, both sides not playing their A game right now.
Yeah, and the Lancers are typically a team that doesn't turn over the ball that much. And tonight it's been pretty excessive, especially on the passing side of it. But with both teams running that zone and those traps, along with the press, it's forcing them to speed up. And, I mean, that's always the goal as a defense, is to force the offense to speed up. And it's working for both sides of the ball.
Yeah, both teams able to be forced a lot of turnovers. Just cause a lot of chaos on offense and on defense. So a lot of ball left, though, here in the second half, as that we're at the 15-minute mark. So grab your popcorn, get cozy for some Christmas time basketball here at Lancer Circle. Looks like Lily Melhorn set the inbound here for the Lancers. Coming out of the break. Tigers in a 2-3 here, coming out of the timeout. Nice drive there by Crozy. Able to create that shot. She's up to 9. Crozy tonight scored 7 points the first 4 minutes. Kind of went cold since then. First made buckets since then. Another turnover there by the Lancers.
Yeah, it almost looks like defensively for the Tigers is they're kind of starting to flip more like to a 2-1-2 and a 2-3. But it also could just be their 2-3 with the middle playing higher up. So, but it kind of gives that look of both, which could be throwing off the Lancers a little bit.
Tigers just trying to get the ball past half court. Nice play there by Yos. Got a Tiger on her hip. Misses the layup. Three by number 5, Holtzworth, no good. 3 by Carmody, no good, way off. That will be Lancer basketball. .23 Carmody for the Tigers. Usually at around 10 points per game. Hasn't been able to make a shot yet here tonight. Lancer's playing some good D on her, shutting her down. And into that, Stoggy only has 2 points. As she's had the look, just hasn't been able to make it. Coach Mike Benke wanted a tip there, but refs are saying no, so we'll be a Lancer turnover. Tiger basketball. Jump ball there. Excuse me. Before the jump ball, looks like Tigers head coach Heidi Georgieff was able to call the timeout, get that in. Quick little 30-second break here for both teams as they kind of slow it down. Lancer now up to a 13-point lead.
Yeah, the Lancers went up from being up 6 at the half to now 13 as they got back to that double-digit lead. I mean, there's still 13 and a half minutes to play. There's plenty of time for this Tiger team to make runs, as basketball is a game of runs. But we'll see if this Lancer defense keeps playing the way they have been. I don't think the Tigers can do anything against it.
That one will be a jump ball, though, and it will be Lancer basketball. Lancer's kind of feeling the pressure of this Tiger defense. Able to swing a little bit there finally. Nice pass by Yost, able to find Melhorn in the post. She's up to 14, 5 away from the school record.
Yeah, the Lancers, I think so far have been doing a better job of finding the post and finding those open shots more.
Nice play there by 14. Vandosky able to fight through the contact.
Yeah, Ava Vandermoos there on defense played too much with her hands and didn't go straight up. You should always go straight up in the post. That's about all you can do down there.
Vandosky this year shooting 75% from the line, misses. But Stocky able to get the offensive rebound as Vandermoos draws another one. 2 fouls in about 5 seconds. And just like that, Vandermoos checks out for sophomore Sydney Pipcorn. Nice pass there in the post. Lancers having trouble to find the rebound, but eventually Pipcorn's able to grab it as she's quickly fouled there by Stocky.
The Lancers need to do a better job of boxing out as they just got, or the Tigers just got 3 offensive rebounds in the same possession.
Yeah, it's kind of looking at the grade school girls basketball kind of, you know, they kind of just wait for the ball to come to them, kind of just stand there and wait for it, kind of have their arms out. Lancers got to get a little more physical, bring it. Like Mike Benke said all night, these Tigers are going to play physical. Lancers got to be able to match that if they want to pull out here tonight with a win. Little 18-footer's good there by Melhorn. Lancers just getting really handsy here. But to some extent, these refs are kind of seem like they're looking for it now. But I don't know, maybe they're a little cracking down here in the second half.
Yeah, Lily with her 3rd foul of the night. Interesting to see what Coach Mike does with 12 minutes to play.
Nice little baseline J there's good by Holtzwart. Crosby sets up the Lancers offense. Good play there, a little late on the pass by Pipcorn. Crosby fights through some contact, tries to turn around and make it happen, just can't. Tiger basketball. Three no good there by the Tigers. Also, LaFawn there just forgot to take a dribble before she started stepping. Another turnover there.
Yeah, she had Marissa on the other block there wide open, and it looked like she was trying to go there, but also shoot at the same time, and just, like you said, forgot the dribble. Got too excited.
Marissa Melhorn able to draw the charge there for Carmody. That'll be her 4th. We still got 11 minutes of basketball to go here, and that's a key player. Deep foul trouble there for the Tigers. Koenig checks in for the Tigers. As, like we said, Carmody now in foul trouble.
It'll be interesting to see what the Howard's Grove coaching staff does with her and when she comes back on the floor, because she's a crucial piece of this team, but if you leave her out too long, this game might get out of hand.
Great drive there, coming out of force. 14, Brianna Vandosky. Nice play by her. She's up to 12 points here tonight. So far, the Tigers' leading scorer. Just a lot of commotion on the basket. Shots up. Foul was called. But at the end of it, looks like Benke at the line for 2.
Abby Banky's 2 for 4 from the free throw line tonight.
This is the first. Second one coming right up. Can't get that one to fall on the south side of the gym like she was able to in the north. Nice move there by 22, Andy Koenig. Freshman, up to 6 points here tonight for the Tigers. Lancers slowing it down here, trying to work some offense. Nice moves there by Benke, can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, the Lancers are definitely utilizing that post quite a bit more this half, as that was one of Mike's main points.
Good play by Holtzworth. Just a lot of commotion on the court and in the stands. Tigers a little slowing down as turn it over right in the hands of Melhorn. Crosby trying to make something happen. Doesn't fall, but Lancer's able to grab it on miss. Good physical basketball here by both teams that eventually ends with a little bit of a pivot, then a bunny there for Micaiah. She's now up to 11 points here tonight. 3 by Stocky short. Let's just start pushing a little far for Crozy. A little high for Yost. A little bit of a common theme here. And another turnover going the other way. And that might be the most obvious charge call of all time.
Marissa did a really nice job there of getting set and just being ready for that blow from...
Yeah. Brick wall.
I don't know if brick wall's the right description, that she toppled over pretty quickly, but...
No, I'm saying it's like running into a brick wall. Lancer basketball here as we try to slow things down, getting some offensive set. Stocky unfazed though. As Tigers push it. Ball's flying in the air. Lancer basketball, good pass by Yost to Marissa. She's at 16 here tonight.
Marissa just 3 points away from the school record, getting closer. And still 7 minutes to play here.
The Tigers foul is number 5, Kelly Holtzworth, first, team 6th.
Nice little jumper there by Yost. Lancers out to a 13-point lead now with about 6.5 minutes left here to go in the second half of tonight's contest. Nice play there, a little bit of a dribble drive there by Vandosky. She's been shooting pretty well tonight. Three there short by Pipcorn, able to grab her own rebound. Staggy picks up a foul.
As soon as the shot came out of Pipcorn's hand, she started running right after it. Like she felt that it was short and wanted to make sure she was there to get her rebound. And it worked out for her.
Lancers now a bonus. Eva Vandermoos checks in, taking out Melhorn, giving her a little break. Bank is open from the free throw line as Pipcorn nails her first free throw. Second one up. Dances it on the back iron, no good, but Abby Benke able to grab it. Kicks out to Melhorn for the three. Little left. Vandermoos tries to save it, had the opportunity, but can't throw it far enough as it hits the baseline. Still a 12-point game here. Lancers sticking to that zone. Not trying to get too complacent here. Another steal there by Yost. Pass to Pipcorn. Able to slice that Tiger D in half and find the pocket for Pipcorn to get an easy layup as Pipcorn draws a foul. Sorry, gives a foul. Timeout there by the Tigers. Talk things over. Calm down her team a little bit.
Yeah, the Lancers have pushed this lead to 14 with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left to play. And
5 minutes and 42 seconds, but yeah.
Sorry, reading's really hard.
Yeah, exams this week. Your brain might be a little fried, and that's all right. But yeah, expand on what you're going to say, though.
Yeah, this Lancer team has really scored the ball well this second half, and they've really found the open shots and took the open shots, as that was one of Coach Banky's key points in the halftime interview.
Yeah, kind of to what you're trying to get at. Lancers, you know, they're finding Banky in the post a lot. And from that, they're able to kick it out, find the open guy, and take that open shot. So it all kind of plays in together as Lancers kind of just not really coasting, but just staying constant here, not trying to let up, not doing too much. As Tigers unable to find a steady rhythm here in the second half.
I also think the Lancers have done a better job of taking care of the ball the second half.
Good deep there by Pipcorn. She's forces a steal. Kind of forces it into the lane, though. Will be a jump ball, but staying with the Lancers. Looks like Coach Mike Benke wants to talk it over with the team a little bit. 30 seconds on the floor.
It'll be interesting to see what Coach Banky does here with Marissa, as I wouldn't be surprised if he puts her back on the floor. She's just 3 points away from that school record, and I know it'd be nice to have her hit that tonight at home rather than on the road next week in Wrightstown.
Yeah, just kind of wish word got out a little more, as Lancer's student section tonight pretty lackluster on the night of an opportunity for a pretty big achievement. Kind of a once-in-a-generation type of player. Tigers, if they want to claw back here, got to find something quickly. Time's running out for them. Got to get a little hot. Good ball movement, though. Layup is good there by 22. Koenig. Lancer still kind of slowing it down, though, not trying to do too much. A little bit of a careless pass there by Pipcorn leads to an easy steal there. Morgan Yosis have playing a lot of gritty defense, kind of just getting in the guards' faces, forcing a lot of steals here. She's outdid herself so far in the second half. Tigers just trying to find an open shot here as Pipcorn knocks down on the bounds, playing some good on-ball defense. And it looks like Melhorn and Crosby check back in for Yost and Pipcorn. Also, Austin LaFawn checks in for Benke, giving her a little break.
I think Pipcorn did a pretty good job down there on the floor. She's quick and almost flies around like a pest trying to get that ball away.
Lance played some good D here, but leaves the paint a little open there. Shot's no good. Austin LaFond is awarded with the foul. Tigers just kind of moving around here. About of a minute off the clock just for this one possession. Drive by Vandowski. Let's just to push it up. Melhorn open three off the back iron. She struggled a little bit tonight from the three-point line. Shooting around 40%. Maybe I'm just wrong. I probably am, but going a little cold.
Yeah, she made a couple right away, and then has missed her last couple, but still shooting pretty well tonight.
Second free throw is good by Holtzwart. She makes both. Lancer's just trying to force it to the paint when it's just not needed right now. You got 10-point lead with 3 minutes left. Just try to run some clock. No need to get that little sneaky bucket in on the fast break. Just kind of slow things down, take it pass by pass. As the three's good there by Holtzwart. Lancer lead is cut to 7. Nice shot there by Marissa. She drives in there. Magic numbers now 1, so any field goal, she breaks the school record. But before that, 2 free throws from Stocky coming up.
She shoots 71.4% from the free throw line this year. That's a pretty high number.
First one no good though. As Benke checks in for LaFon and Yost comes in for Zerbal. Second one falls though. Lead is now 8. Almost turned over there. Yost dribbles right into the corner, trap instantly, and that'll be a jump ball. Oh, timeout, excuse me. Must have got that one in there. Mike Benke probably realized that Morgan was digging herself a hole that she couldn't get out of. Smart coaching there, just call that foul right away before turnover. Jump ball could happen.
Yeah, I think the Lancers this half have played some smarter basketball, not dribbling where the Tigers want their trap, as they kind of struggled with that in the first half.
Lancers coming out of the timeout. Looks like Tigers in a man defense now. They've been kind of switching back and forth throughout this game tonight. Lancers definitely look a little more controlled and calm. Nice pass there into the post by Yost, but Benke turns it over. She almost grabs turnover herself. And a jump ball, a lot of just chaos, bodies flying. Will be Lancer basketball as Lancers have an 8-point lead here with second over 2 minutes to go in the second half. Another lackadaisical turnover there by the Lancers. Tigers need to get a shot up quick here. Is that about a minute and a half left. Carmi drives, Euro step, no good. Benke with the rebound. Lancers push it. Slow it down though. Looks like they might have had Melhorn in the post as Morgan Yost 3, no good. Not sure why. Taking a 3 with about a minute left to go. No pressure. As Tigers able to draw a foul.
The Lancers foul is number 39.
Both are good. 6-point game with a little over a minute left to go here. Tigers move back into that zone. Morgan Joe's got to pass it. Hits it off the feet of Melhorn. Turnover. And carry called.
The Lancers have just 53.3 seconds left to get Marissa that 1 point she needs.
More importantly, Ethan, they got 53.3 seconds to secure the win here tonight, as that will be a Tiger timeout.
Well, the Lancers are up 6, and I think that as long as they don't force some silly shots here and they rebound the ball, I think they will be fine and pull out with a victory in this game.
Alrighty, both teams kind of breaking the huddle, coming out here for the final minute of basketball here tonight on Lancer Circle.
I'm interested to see what type of play Mike draws up here.
Play must have been get it into Crozy, but she just runs into a group of Tigers as she turns it over. Probably the worst outcome there. Tigers need to get a shot up quick. The time is really running out here. Almost had her. Really good look there in the corner. Oh, looks like it will be Tiger basketball. Must have been hit out by a Lancer. I thought she bounced it off the line. My apologies. Three by Carmody is good. Been cold all night, but comes alive. We got a 3-point game here. As Stocky fouls Vandermoos. Currently shooting 33%, and Stocky fumbles out here tonight. Vandermoos has just got to get one here. Got to knock down this first one. If not, Tigers could make it exciting. 30 seconds left to play. Shots up. And it's good. Clutch free throw there by Vandermoos, sending this to a 2-possession game. Second from the charity stripe coming up. That one falls too. Good piece of shooting there by Vandermoos as she now checks out for Yost. Two clutch free throws there as Lancers are slipping a little bit here with about 30 seconds left to go. Carmody had an open teammate on the top of the key. Decides to take the shot herself as she's forced to initiate that foul. Fouls Morgan Yost. Shooting about 25% from the line here. And just like that, Carmony's also fouled out. So that's the two big key players for the Tigers now fouled out here tonight. Just playing too physical. First one falls for Yost. Second one's good too, a 7-point game now. Shot by Vandowski short. That'll probably do it here tonight. Lancers with about 8 seconds left, 59-52. Tigers still in the press. Marissa, heave it. Gotta get it up. Ah, off the foot. And timeout, Lancers. With 2 seconds left to go. Not sure what Coach Mike will be drawing up here. If you enjoyed our broadcast here tonight, feel free to donate. Head to our website, www.mlhslancers.org, and go to the donate tab. And feeling generous this holiday season, come support us. We'd love to have your brand showcased, and you know, it's just a great thing to have this club at our school, but we do need your financial support. Don't feel obligated, but if it's the Christmas season, if you feel like giving, you always got opportunity there. Lancers getting to Melhorn, but she decides not to heave it. So with that, your Lancers win 59-52 here tonight in a close Big East North matchup. Thank you guys for watching, but that's not all, as we have our post-game analysis coming up. We'll give you a little sneak peek right now, as we will have an interview coming up with leading scorer tonight, Marissa Melhorn, who finished with 18, one away from that school record. You guys have to wait till the 23rd as the Lancers take on Wrightstown. Well, Ethan, what do you guys say that the Lancers were able to do tonight that, you know, helped them win?
Well, they broke that Tiger zone, and I mean, sometimes it wasn't clean, but they ended up making less mistakes than the Tigers, and they were smarter about how they fouled, as both the Howards Grove key players went down in foul trouble, and they had to pull them from the game, which really hurt them, as having them on the floor would have been key to their success tonight.
Yeah, Coach Mike Benke really wasn't lying about that physicality aspect of the game. Both sides, you know, double bonus, you know, playing hard, playing physical, also playing fast, and sometimes that quickness turned into some, you know, sloppiness, you know, early in the half, and, you know, just stuff like that. But, yeah, both sides played fast, played strong, played physical, and, you know, Tigers made a great effort here tonight, but the Tigers will fall to 6-2, and we'll have a conference record of 1-2, and Lancers improved to 3-1 in conference and a 6-1 overall record. Yeah, like we were saying before, Lancers didn't come out, you know, the strongest, but eventually found like they usually do, and it was just a great game to watch here tonight by both teams who really just gave them a run for their money. Some key players tonight for the Lancers. Marissa, like we said before, 18-8. Couldn't ask for a better game from her. Just got done on both sides of the court, able to, you know, not just get that shot, but also grab that rebound and, you know, get that outlet pass, start the fast break. Huge part of the Lancers game plan that was very well orchestrated and put on display here tonight. Kai Krause finished with 11 and 6. She had a great night. You know, we're a little quiet for a little while, but, you know, she's able to find it late in that second half. And so, Ethan, what do you gotta say? What does that speak about Krause's play style? How, you know, she's able to tamper down, but she's also able to kick it up.
Well, yeah, she's definitely a selfless player. She isn't one to always take a shot, but when she's open, she will shoot it. and most of the time it will go in. But also as a player, she's a commander on the floor. She, as some people call it, the floor general, where she really just leads the offense and makes sure everyone knows where they are and what they're doing, so this Lancer team succeeds.
Yeah, for the Tigers, Stocky and Carmody really didn't do much for them. They're feeding them, getting good looks, but Lancers were able to really shut that down. But, you know, we saw players like Koenig and definitely Vandowski, and you can't leave out number 5, Kendall Hortzwart. She really gave it her all here tonight, and so did the others with, you know, scoring, picking up where her teammates, or, you know, her star players may have, you know, lacked a little bit behind this Lancer defense. And they really showed their persistence and grit here tonight as they, you know, gave the Lancers a good run for their money.
Yeah, and coming to this game, the Lancers knew it would be tough. As Mike said before the game, that it would be physical, and the Lancers, in my opinion, out-physicaled them. And really, and Abby Banky really lived down low tonight, along with other players finding those open shots down low by cutting, and the Lancers definitely did a better job of finding those players in the second half. In the first half, they were leaving open shots on the floor and leaving open people out there.
Yeah, if I had 2 words to describe it, I'd call this game tonight controlled chaos. Both sides, you know, had a sense of sloppiness, but there was some rhyme or reason to it, and they both kind of just were making plays, making stuff happen on both ends of the court here tonight. And you can't talk about the game tonight without leaving out Ava Vandermoos. You know, was kind of quiet, didn't really find her mark during the game, but she was able to knock down 2 clutch free throws at the end when the Lancers seemingly were slipping away and almost couldn't get it done. And that's just a testament to this team that anyone on a given night can really just, you know, step up and make the play. And coming up, we got an interview from Jamin Out with Marissa Melhorn, like we said before. Huge impact player here tonight. Down to Jamin.
Player of the game, Marissa Melhorn. And Marissa, you had 18 points, 8 rebounds. You shot 70% from the field. You guys also won by 7 points in a close game. How is the team feeling in the locker room after this great win?
Amazing to win this game. Just a great fight from the whole team. Everyone coming in off the bench did a great job knowing what to do, pushing the ball down the court, staying tight on defense and running the ball up, taking some good shots, and clutching up on those free throws at the end of the game.
All right, thank you. Great game from you. And back up to you guys in the booth.
Yeah, we don't have much to say to that, but like you said before, Melhorn, just selfless player. You can just see it embodied in Knott's question. You know, vibe was good, everyone's good, and great game by her tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, for her as herself, she was at 1 point away from the school record, and maybe she has that little bit of like, I don't know,
grit, tenacity to get after it next game. Yeah.
And she's only 1 point away, and I'm very positive she will hit it next game, but it would have been nice to do it here on Lancer Circle.
That's probably it from us here tonight. Thank you guys for watching this showcasing of your Manitowoc Lutheran Lancers taking on the Howards Grove Tigers. Close contest. Lancers coming out the win 59-52. I'm Drew Stout here with
Ethan Augustine.
I want to thank you guys for taking your time and watching, and have a good rest of your night.